Hey nerds, Bevan here, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do this video a while ago and then I got busy doing other things, but I'm finally going to talk about my 10 most anticipated action figures of 2020. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to hear all the cool toy talk that I put out on a semi-regular basis. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BevanBoychuk and Facebook.com/BevanBoychuk1. And now that all the plugs are out of the way, let's get into the toys. Okay, I'm going to cheat just a smidge and give one honorable mention, but I have a good reason. And it's for the McFarlane Toys Batman figure comic version. Now the reason this is an honorable mention and not in the actual countdown is because the figure is already out. It like hit toy shelves January 2nd or something like that. No one even saw pictures. It just like showed up one day at the store. So because of that, and because I didn't really have any actual anticipation before it hit the shelf, it's an honorable mention because it is a figure from this year and I really want it, but it's already out, so I can't anticipate it, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at number 10 and work my way up to my most anticipated figure. So starting with number 10, we have WWE Elite 74 Finn Balor by Mattel. So if you're familiar with the WWE Elite line, you know Finn Balor has like 12 different Elite figures. But I like this one the most because I, for whatever reason, prefer Finn Balor versus the Demon. And this one has a really clean look with the red trunks and the white boots. However, it comes with this awesome soft goods leather jacket, which for me just really makes the figure. At number 9, we have the first Star Wars entry of the countdown list, and that is the Black Series Knight of Ren. So these guys didn't have that much to do in Raisa Skywalker, which nobody really expected them to do because that's the Star Wars thing. But these characters, these Knights of Ren, do look hella cool on screen and will look hella cool on a toy shelf. So hopefully this is not the last one that we get. More Black Series with Count Dooku. He comes in at number 8 because I want to put together a little Attack of the Clones section of the shelf because they're putting out the Obi-Wan and the Anakin this year, and last year they put out a Padme. So having those four kind of like showing off in the corner, it would be awesome for toy photography, which is basically the reason I want the majority of these figures, is so they would look really cool on my Instagram page, not the one I mentioned earlier, but at Prairie Toy Photography. Number 7 is the only SH Figuarts figure on this list, and that is Game SpiderMan. I don't own any SH Figuarts. This might be the first one I get, unless I pick something else before it, obviously. But this is the one that I am most looking forward to, and I think it just looks awesome, and it has enough little appendages for me to make it actually worth the money, because SH Figuarts are not cheap, especially here in Canada. EB Games has some of the ones from earlier Marvel movies that are like 80, 90, 100 bucks each because they come with like the different effects and stuff like that. But I do love me some Spider-Man. Number 6 is Mezco Gambit. Now Gambit, for anyone who grew up in the 90s, is this hella cool X-Men character, and this Mezco figure looks dope AF because it has all the soft goods obviously like Mezco does, but this figure really speaks to me and I really want it because I have a great attachment to the character. That's why I skipped out on his Marvel Legend, because I want to hold out for this figure, which I think is probably going to be the definitive Gambit that they ever put out. So here we are in the top 5 now, and what I'm going to throw at you right now is Elite 75 Pete Dunn from Mattel. So Pete Dunn's first figure was a Target chase figure, I believe. One of the first chase figures Mattel ever put out for the Elite line. And he goes for way too much money, but I'm a huge fan of Pete Dunn. He was actually my favorite wrestler of 2016 besides AJ Styles, just because of the matches he was putting on in NXT, and I gotta have his figure. The Bruiserweight. Coming in at number 4 is the first of 2 NECA figures, and that would be the Ultimate, what do they call it? Is it the Ultimate Edition? The Ultimate Series? Anyway, NECA's putting out fucking Annabelle. And I need this son of a bitch. The Conjuring is my favorite horror franchise of all time, and they just put out their Crooked Man, which I really want to pick up, and Annabelle's coming out later this year, but I'm still waiting for them to release a ultimate Vlak the Nun, and then I have all three, and then I just have some awesome, wonderful Conjuring goodness on my toy shelf. At number 3, it's NECA again, because they are putting out TMNT the movie Shredder in a single release. If you know me, you know I love I'm wearing a Ninja Turtles t-shirt right now, which I totally forgot about before I started this video. Those first 2 Ninja Turtle movies are some of my favorite of all time. As a kid, I watched them over and over and over again. And they're putting out Shredder. You know I gotta get that. I am hoping to build that original Ninja Turtle team from NECA, both in the cartoon version there with Michelangelo, but more specifically that movie version, because that's my favorite version of Ninja Turtles, is those live action movies from the early 90s. My second most anticipated figure of the year is the Medicom Mafex Batman Hush version. Batman is one of my favorite characters across pop culture fiction of all time. Hush is one of my favorite Batman stories of all time, and Jim Lee's version of Hush in that comic is my favorite Batman design of all time. So this figure really just brings in all those elements together, and I gotta have it. I think he's probably, other than maybe that Figuart Spider-Man, the priciest figure on this list, but I'm gonna make a great effort to add that figure to my collection this year. And the number 1 most anticipated action figure of 2020 is Mezco Magneto. I love this modern take on Magneto where he's like a bit of a pacifist, but also will fucking kill anyone who gets in his way to achieve that peace, where he's following Cyclops to the ends of the earth and doing all kinds of horrible stuff in the name of peace. He wants to basically have a war to end all wars, and I just love this white design that he has. I have this quotable Kia mini statue of Magneto with the opposite design as the black with the gray, but they have a white version of this, and I always wanted that one a little bit more, but I can never find it. So this Mezco version is definitely the one I gotta get for Magneto. So there you have it, guys, my top 10 most anticipated figures of the year, plus one honorable mention with that McFarlane Batman. Comment below what you think is the coolest figure on this list, and if I missed something, let me know what you're looking for this year, and maybe we can help each other out. I did all my plugs at the beginning, so like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, folks. I'll see you next time, folks.